We are in the nerve center of Cranes 101 right now, and I'm Jay Sturm. I am the founder. After 20 years of doing inspections, I wanted to find a way to make them more seamless, easier to do. I serve as an expert witness in accidents, and one thing that keeps coming to the top are actually two items. Number one, daily inspections. If there's no documentation on a daily inspection, when it goes to court, they consider it not completed. And that becomes a real problem in a lawsuit. Now, I understand that daily inspections are not required to be documented, but I'm gonna tell you that when you end up going into a lawsuit, or even with the insurance company, if they don't see documentation, they consider them not done. The second item that comes up in lawsuits is training. And the lack of training or the lack of proof of training doesn't play well at all in a lawsuit or even with the insurance companies. We try to cover all of that for our customers. We're not just a safety company, we're a liability company. Once you put a person in the air in a bucket truck or put a crane in the air, you have taken on a whole new level of liability. I wanted to make the inspection process go easier, not just for our inspectors, but also for the person who's doing daily inspection. Can you imagine walking up to your bucket truck or to your crane, snapping a QR code, and all the information on that crane comes up so that you can do the inspection and walk right through it on your cell phone? It can't possibly be any easier. In the event of an incident, you've got the information right there at your fingertips. If you are a passerby and happen to click on this QR code, it's going to tell you what this piece of equipment is, when it was inspected, and who did it. And if you own this piece of equipment, or if you're managing this piece of equipment, you can log in and it's going to bring you to that very piece of equipment so you can perform a daily inspection or view the inspections that have been done. The portal is our one-stop shopping for safety. We're going to talk about training as well. In the portal, you have the ability to, first off, request training. And we offer training both online and live.
This is great for larger companies that have administrators who do everything. They can see everybody's information. They can say, hey, you guys are due, come and do your thing in-house, or here's a link, go do it at home, bring it to me in the morning. Not bring it to me, but saying that it's done in the morning, or it's due for the one guy who has the one bucket truck who has to do everything for him or herself, saying, I've got to get my stuff done. Here's where I can get it all done, both my training, my continuing it, as well as later on, my inspections. I just think that it's good for all levels.
So it's our hope that by focusing on training and inspections, we have cut out so much of what degrades job site safety, right? So if people are trained properly, they're going to be safer. If the equipment is inspected properly and maintained properly, it's going to be safer. So now you've cut out a lot of the reasons for accidents just with those two things.
Currently what we see, especially with smaller companies that have their fleet out and about, maybe they're just one person with their fleet in Upper New Hampshire, but they're based in Massachusetts. The inspection records, the maintenance records, everything is in the office, some person's office in the back of somewhere. The machine's out wherever. An inspector comes by, something goes wrong, something goes right, doesn't matter. They need to see that inspection reports. Now they have to wait. Call the office. When is it going to get here? Can I send you pictures? Can I email it to you? Nothing like that. You are the business owner, you're in Upper New Hampshire, your records are back in Massachusetts, you pull up your phone, here are my inspection reports. Everything is here, nicely done. You can print it right from there, send it right from there.
So all of our inspections are like industry and OSHA standard based. What do they require? And they're very comprehensive,
And very specific.
very specific, and you can say, oh, and you'll see the actual language of that standard when you go, does this mean, Well, what does it say? It's right there.
We've got coverage for everything down to forklifts, right?
And just
And DOT inspections on your trucks. And what Heather and Fabian were just alluding to is for every line item on every inspection, there is a drop-down box. And when you click on the drop-down box, it's going to tell you what applicable standards apply to that line item. So when you click on a fire extinguisher line item on the inspection, the standard opens up and it'll tell you what kind of fire extinguisher you have to have on this piece of equipment.
I'm not even expressing all of the stuff that this portal will do, because there's a lot more that it does, and it's so easy to use.